What's going on, guys? We are doing a little post-winter storm cleanup. Actually, it's still snowing, but I wanted to get out here because it's going to turn to rain and this stuff's getting really heavy. It's already pretty difficult for the tractor to move. But what I was going to talk about today is float mode on your tractor, whether it's your front end loader, your plow, or maybe your rear attachment. I've talked to guys with used tractors who bought them used, and a lot of them don't even know that float mode or the float feature exists. So I'm going to show you what that is and show you how it operates on this particular tractor. This is a good one to demonstrate it on because I can actually engage float and lift the plow because it's not super heavy, so I can show it to you. So what is float mode? If you engage float mode, what that does is it disconnects hydraulic pressure to the front end loader or the plow, whatever you're using, and the weight of that attachment just sits on the ground. There's no downward pressure. So as you drive and you go over your regular terrain, in this case, the plow will just kind of glide across the surface. That is if you're on a hard surface. If I'm going across my lawn, parts of it aren't frozen, you know, there's not frost in the ground, it'll still do some damage. But on harder surfaces like a driveway or an irregular driveway or a lot of hills or something like that, it allows the plow to really glide up and down as opposed to being in a fixed position and wanting to dig all the time. So to engage float mode on this tractor, this lever here controls the up and down of the front hydraulics. If I move this lever toward the front of the tractor, it lowers the implement, whether it's a front end loader or a plow. And if I move it even past its stopping point, it clicks, and that engages float mode. So it drops the implement down, and it's just sitting on the ground under its own weight. So because this tractor is so light, I can actually demonstrate that the float's engaged simply by lifting up on this plow, and you'll see that cylinder retract. If I turn off float mode, we won't be able to do that. So to turn it off, I'm just going to come back a click. Now, probably the only time I wouldn't use the float mode is if, say I had a layer of hard-packed ice or maybe some hard-packed snow. I might put downward force on the hydraulics just to apply some additional pressure to scrape that material up off the driveway. So the other time the float mode is really handy is if you have a front-end loader, and let's say you have a bucket full of material and the bucket's sitting on the ground and you want to back drag, but you don't want to rip up the surface that you're working on, float mode is really good for that. And I'm sure it has other uses too. For me, it's primarily plowing is where I get the most use out of it. See you guys in the next video. Dixie, come on.